morning / afternoon for anybody who's joining us today. We are going on an adventure for sure. And we got everybody with us today. We even got Mr. Scotty. He's hanging out with us. And so we are going to be visiting a few places today. We're going to be going to the Route 66 Car Museum. We're going to be going to the Japanese garden. And we're going to be going to, as well, I'm having a brain fart.
Fantastic Caverns.
Fantastic Caverns. As you can tell, we just had our coffee and we're just now hitting the road. And so I'm really excited. This should be a fun day. And so we'll see you guys here in a second.
Yep, we will.
So we are on our way, and so a very interesting thing came up. One thing that me and my wife like to do in our free time is we like to listen to books, right? We have Audible, and honestly, Audible is a great app. I would like to hope that one day Audible would ever want to sponsor us. Wink, wink, because we'd have some fun with that. Interesting thing about me. Before I started dating Tony, it came to light that I'd only ever read one book in my entire life, and that was The Lost World, Jurassic Park, back in middle school or early high school. And when I say I haven't read a book, I for real, I mean that. I've never started a book, even in an English class where they want you to read a book. Oh, I didn't read that. They thought I read that, but I didn't. I just shake my head, and when we talked about it in class, yeah, I read that. What, To Kill a Mockingbird? I don't know what that book's about, but I knew enough from what everyone else told me to get by in class.
Okay.
I mean, it's a real thing. And so it was so interesting because my whole life I've tried to break down why this is. If I start reading a book, I get tired and I want to fall asleep, or I don't lose interest. And then she asked me yesterday. She said, do you ever visualize a movie what you're listening to or reading in a book?
Right. Now, I need to jump in here by saying that question came from a TikTok where someone was saying, oh my gosh, you mean that you guys actually see a movie when you're reading the book or when people are telling you a story? And I was like, well, doesn't everybody? And so that was, to me, was what? So that's what prompted me to ask Josh, when someone is telling you a story or when you're reading a book, do you visualize it in your head? Because I do, right? And this is his answer. Okay.
So the big issue that I've always had is that I can't visualize it. And I think that's why, for me, it's hard to read, because I'm losing interest almost immediately because I just can't grab onto it. When we're listening to a book, it's a lot different. I can put together enough of a visual to understand it, and I can get into it, right? Because I'm hearing it. And even before, when we first started dating, she would read books to me that we had as paper books, and that would help me grasp. Because she's an author. She's a big time reader, You know, so like it's just natural for her. Like we go to sleep listening to books. We wake up listening to books. You know, and so it's gotten easier for me. But even then, like I still really can't read. It's not that it's not that I can't read.
Yeah.
I can read,
Right.
but when I start reading, I just lose interest immediately.
Right.
So, in the comments, I'm interested to hear if any of you experience the same thing, and if you have, like, have you had it documented as something, or is it just something that you just chucked up to? This is life. This is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I would be interested to hear.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear whether or not you are a visual person, so you do visualize things when you hear them, or when someone tells you a story, or if you're not a visual person, whereas a story is just a story, but it doesn't transfer to like a visual map in your head. That to me is just fascinating. So we're gonna go ahead and put our saucy book back on as we drive, and then we'll see you in a bit.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw a sign for Fazoli's. When was the last time we even saw Fazoli's?
Years.
Oh my gosh. I remember in our hometown, we used to have Fazoli's like 20 years ago. Hey, there's a Fazoli's sign again. I never really liked Fazoli's, to be honest, but it was like fast food for pasta. Oh my
I think
goodness.
a lot of people still like Fazoli's. It didn't really hang around where we live, but apparently it's still a thing. So maybe their menu got better over time.
Right.
You know, either that or we just, like you said, it's kind of a fast food for
pasta.
Yeah.
Maybe Fazoli's will be the new White Castle, where you dream about driving 2 hours to go get some Fazoli's.
Yeah.
Turn right. Then your destination will be on the right. Your destination is on the right.
Big sign right there. Classics.
Oh, right behind us.
Oh, there it is. Well, unfortunately, this one didn't quite work out like we had hoped. It turned out that they wouldn't allow doggies, and so
Even though we did check.
the website did say it did allow, but he did say that there was recently an issue where a dog scratched $1 million car. So, I can't be completely upset.
Right.
That's understandable. And then we asked if, if one of us would go in and then if I could also record while we're just talking about it, looking at what we're seeing, and they also didn't allow that. And so with it being just me, and I couldn't, for $15, I was just paying there to walk around by myself and hang out. And as fun as that did sound, it just wasn't it wasn't special enough for me. And so, but when I walked in, they had a couple of pretty cool looking vehicles. They did have a Batmobile, like an old school Batmobile, and just some other really cool cars. And I think, and the place really does look pretty cool. So this is nothing against them, because I understand the dog thing. We're just gonna have to skip it for now. So we're on to our next venture, over to Fantastic Caverns. Look at us, we're here.
because it's a pretty large truck. The bus is about 4 or 5 feet longer. So
It should be interesting.
yeah, it should be. This is good practice, and but I don't think we're gonna have any problem because our bus is a short bus. So it's it's a 5-window, 21-foot bus. So it's not huge. It's not like a school bus, like a regular school bus size. It's a short bus size, which we love. So let's see what's over the bend, just around the. I would say River Bend, but that wouldn't be quite accurate.
Right. We actually follow a YouTuber who's a bus life, who's got a bus that's the same size as ours. It's pretty cool.
I'm Brittany. Is the
Yep, she has a bus called Domino.
yes.
We've been watching that one for a while.
Right, and we hope she gets her engine put back in.
Yes,
quickly.
because wow, that was been crazy.
Watch her channel, and you'll understand all the drama that's behind that. We won't divulge her secrets. You just have to watch her channel.
Yep.
We are here. Look at this. Gates open. That's a good sign.
Yep. Hello, fantastic caverns.
Hello, fantastic caverns.
Well, we are pulling up, and so we will be back on here in a minute.
Okay.
1887 and provided electricity to the cave for about 30 years.
Wow.
Here's the thing though, you had to keep the fire going to keep the lights on. If the fire went out, so did the lights. Now, of course, we don't have to rely on keeping that fire going anymore. We just do it for fun. Alright, so our next stop will be inside the cave. We are going to get our pictures taken.
And again, driver's side, it gets even lower here, so please watch out above ya. How do I know where to drive? They teach us echolocation like that.
Oh my God, it's so cool, Scotty.
What this means is when it rains, what doesn't evaporate back up into the sky is going to work its way through that limestone, picking up calcite, and that's what helps make all of our amazing formations. It also means you're going to get dripped on. It is not a good cave tour till you take a couple drops home with you. All right, well, right here is the best place to see the very beginnings of cave formations called soda straws. Now, they're called soda straws because just like a soda straw, they are extremely thin-walled and hollow. When they reach about 6 to 8 inches long, they will solidify in the center, and that water will start dripping down the outside, and that is the beginnings of our stalactites. Are we ready to go see some bigger ones?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. How fast do these formations grow? Anybody got a guess?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years, absolutely. What's your guess?
Thousands of years.
Thousands of years, most definitely. What's your guess?
Like 3 years.
Gosh, wouldn't it be cool if we could come back in 3 years and have all new formations? That'd be so awesome. But our cave's growth rate is only 1 cubic inch per 100 years.
Wow.
So what that means is if we were to come back in 100 years, this formation in the center would look like it had a fresh coat of paint on it. That's about it. So, you know what this tells us? We have absolutely no idea how old our cave is. We can guess, but we really don't know for sure. Prehistoric times. Which brings me to my next point. Where the two places on planet Earth we can experience absolute dark. One, the bottom of the ocean. I'm not holding my breath that long. Two, the dark zone of a cave. So right now I'm going to ask you all to tuck those cell phones in nice and close and extinguish their lights so we can see exactly how dark our cave can get. Are we ready?
He's doing good, man. I'm impressed. Happy Easter. About to do this.
Alright, driver's side, has to get extremely low, especially in this Jeep. It's a little bit taller, so get your ducking muscles ready. It's about to get extremely low. Watch out above ya.
All right. I got it.
You did it. Not the woods yet.
Not yet.
There's another rock
peace.
As we exit, just watch out above you.
Oh,
It's a
shit, we're
little
not
bit
done
low
yet.
on both sides. Just watch out.
Wow, watch your head. Oh, God.
And you might get dripped on as a goodbye from the cave.
Oh my God, dude. So that was super fun.
Yeah.
We really, really enjoyed that cave system. The dog was great. You know, everyone was super nice, and they were mostly masked up. Like, for the most part. Like, you know, and they explained things really, really well. Very educational as well.
Right.
And so, so at this point, now we're on to get some food. If I had to say, I would recommend this cave for anybody. Any family, friends, dogs, maybe not cats.
No, maybe not cats.
Maybe.
I don't know. You know, cats get along with dogs. I don't know. But I do know that it's also handicapable, which means if you have a wheelchair, they can accommodate, you know, wheelchair. It's really good. And it's not so long where you're like, oh my gosh, you know, just when you think, okay, this is okay, they start turning around, you know? And so, and that's really helpful, because if you miss something on one side, like when I'm filming, I kind of miss a few things here or there so that you can share the experience with us. But on the way back, I didn't really have to film, and I could actually enjoy it, you know, because it is what it is. So
Yeah.
I give this one a complete thumbs up.
Yeah.
Again, just for the, you know, and we're in Missouri. And so just for you all that are not in Missouri, about half of Missouri mask up and half Missouri doesn't. So take that with whatever, being April of 2021.
Yeah.
But in this case, almost every single person on our ride, everybody had a mask. All but one person wore the mask. And so that was great. That made it even more enjoyable. Even though we've been vaccinated, still, it doesn't mean you can't catch COVID. It just means if you do catch it, it's not going to be as, you know, as detrimental to you.
Yeah.
But it never hurts, and it's always great that everybody was so accommodating. So
Yeah. A+, thumbs up. These guys rock. And we're going to grab some lunch, and then after lunch, we are off to the Mizumoto Japanese Gardens.
Yes.
So that should be super fun.
Yes.
We'll see you guys then.
Turn left.
And we are here at the Mizumoto Garden. I said Suzimoto earlier and realized that was incorrect. So don't worry, we got it right now. And now we just got to figure out where to park. We're going this way, maybe?
hoping that you all were able to get out and enjoy this weather. Where we are here in Missouri, it is a lovely Easter day. We had asked Jade if she wanted to go with us, and she's spending the Easter with Dad.
I can't carry you.
So I asked her, I said, cave or llamas? She went, Dad. So, no Jade on this video. She did, however, say that if she could bring a friend with her, she would go camping with us sometimes. But her version of camping is staying in the bus and playing video games on her phone with her friends while we camp out. She said she'd do that.
Kind of reminds us of your sister.
Yes, beyond glamping. Right,
Yep.
right.
This way or this way?
Yeah, I just wanted to
There's a
look
hammock
at the
down there.
sign there. Do what?
There's a hammock down there.
Yeah.
Down that way.
Oh, I think there's a person in it.
Right. I'm sure that's not like the public hammock. Need a place to sleep? Take a
Just
nap.
go get in the public hammock.
Right. There's another hammock over there.
Where?
Go that way. I thought the website said there was an entrance fee. I feel like we're...
Yeah, you have to go in the garden. This is just the park.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then when we get out there, we'll have to go do that. I'm guessing the garden's in that building.
This is where we just passed. I thought you knew that. So
I didn't know.
Okay, I've got to stop assuming stuff. Because like I checked the website before we come, you know?
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. And so I have to remember this is how we roll.
Yeah.
I check the website and you come along for the entertainment. So I have to just assume you don't. That you
She
haven't
checks the
checked it.
reviews to
Right.
make sure everything's good to go.
Yeah. And this is the thing, guys. Like, you're really joining us when we start this adventure together. You want to go over and look at the water?
Yeah.
So, like, you're learning with us. You know? Front seat.
Yep.
Your front seat drivers with us. There's a little kid. Hi, doggy. Look at this, people. Don't go in there. Don't do it, buddy.
I see a bobber, so there must be fish in here.
Yeah.
Look at that fish.
Yeah. Sorry, something just crawled
That's a
on me.
big old fish.
Let's see if I can get a picture of it. I don't know if I'm seeing it. It's in that cloud. No, yep, I did. I got it. I got it. This is how I fish from a camera, guys. That is huge. You know what kind it is, babe?
I don't actually.
Leave a comment below if you
Probably
think you know.
From some of the era.
The dog is trying to get in the water so bad.
Come on, buddy.
Which is actually a good sign. We did buy him whoops, just walked into a tree. We did buy him a swim jacket, a life vest. So in the event we go to the beach or whatever. Now I will say that since this is a park and it's outside, most of the people do not have masks on. We do. We do. And that's honestly simply because the paths are comfortably wide enough if it was not COVID, but because there's still COVID out, people are walking past us, and so I have to be, of course, you guys know, doubly careful. So Josh and I both still have our masks on, even though we're outside. And that's okay. That's just fine. Say hi.
Hi.
So just for you all that are bringing dogs on your trip, the Botanical Gardens, the inside of it, the inside, will only allow service animals. So, but the outside is massive and they allow all dogs. So that's just something to remember. Now, where we're heading now is the
Japanese stroll garden.
Okay, so the Japanese stroll garden. We're heading that way now, and it does allow it does allow dogs. So I'm kind of following my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, about halfway through the garden, we decided it was easier for us just to walk in the grass or go to the side and people are coming. But this truly is beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you guys could join us for this. And we, you know, you could spend hours just in this.
We're definitely going to be back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if anything,
Yeah.
for picnic dates or for
Yes.
just hanging out with the dog. Even
Yes.
he's down there, he's like, I'm done.
Yes, he's like, he's had a great day. We've had a great day.
We have.
So, and we've got some things we've got to do back home. So,
I think it's about time for us to wrap this guy
Yep,
up.
yep,
And
yep.
so it's been a lot of fun.
It has been a lot of fun. Make sure you check out the things that we've covered and make sure you call before you go because of course with COVID and then anything, you know, you want to not only check their website but also actually give them a call. I think that's what we learned
Yep.
this trip is
Yep.
even if the website says something, you know, it's just better to call. But okay guys, we are signing out. This is Tony and Josh.
It's Albert Barnes.
See you later guys. Bye-bye.